In order to find a stock that could be 100% winner, that doubles from your price, but also you don't have to sit through a large drawdown, you enter the stock and the stock reverses right on impact. There are so many things that need to go just perfectly right. It needs to be a company that is going through a drawdown period while their fundamentals are going to the upside. And in that storm, everybody's confused. The stock is compressed. People are dollar cost averaging into it. But at the same time, it is dropping fast enough that people are also getting stopped out and flushed out of the stock. The stock needs to get to a price where nothing is making sense. And in that confusion, a great opportunity arises. And in this case scenario, I think JD is setting up for that exact type of trade. And I do want to mention that this might not work, but if it does, we will get this exact type of setup. And I'm going to walk you through the entry and the exits on the stock. And I'm going to tell you why I think this is a sleeping giant and how can we profit from it. Now, when you look at the stock, anywhere between $25 to $30 is an extremely cheap valuation for a stock like JD. The company is growing, their stock has been suppressed for years, and anyone who dollar cost averages into the stock will probably make money a few months or years down the road. And as I mentioned before, my channel is all about entering and exiting like a sniper with extreme precision, and we're looking for that liquidity zones in these stocks. I believe that there is a chance for us to get a better entry on this stock than Michael Burry himself, and I respect him a lot, not taking anything away from that. So let's talk about JD here. We're not going to talk about the fundamentals or anything. Let's zoom in a little bit more on this particular zone at $24.13 area, which is the low of this previous weekly candle. Now, the stock capitulated around $21. After that, we ripped to the upside. We came back to sweep this previous low on the weekly chart. We reversed right on impact here and continued higher. So this is why liquidity zones work. From here to the downside, we had about a 15% margin. But when you look at the reversal, it gave about 80 to 90% upside here. So that is the exact setup I'm looking for here. So far, after we printed this candle, we have tapped into this once and twice. So you can call this a triple bottom. And if you follow my channel, I always say that great support, either double bottom, triple bottoms, none of that holds on the long run. They all get swept eventually. And I remember sitting with my hands on the trigger, hoping that this is the time when we sweep under this level and I go long, and we missed it by a small margin. And then again, a few weeks ago, we came all the way to $24.50, and I was dying to press buy, but my discipline held me back because I know that unless we see the liquidity sweep, the impact on the stock will not work. And that this reaction here proves that I'm right, because we came to the support level, but we didn't have what it takes to break out to the upside, which is why we had to come back and retest that level again. So can we reverse back from here, because it's finally time for JD to reverse and the company goes back to 50s and 60s? Very much possible. But the setup only works if we can come back down here, sweep the $24 area, and then reverse back up. Now understand that there's no possible way of us to know that if this is going to work or not. But when you look at the stock market holistically, there are plenty of setups out there that you can wait to enter. And in this case scenario, this is just one of the plays that I'm watching. And if I can have 20 different setups on the entire year and one of them works and gets to my entry, that is all that is needed to make your year. And if we come down here or not, it doesn't matter to me. All I know is that this is the exact area of a reaction, and when we do flush under $24, I will be right here swiping buys on my Robinhood account, because the downside is so limited. In a lot of stocks, I might put a stop loss underneath the previous low, but in this case, I don't even know if I need to, because the valuation will be so compressed that it doesn't make sense to take a loss on a stock like this. Another thing I wanted to show you here is that let's say we flush under 24 and you get an entry at 23. All we need to do is push towards 46 for you to make 100% on this trade. And that is the previous supply zone. As you can see that anytime we jumped above $44 here, let me draw another line. So above $44, there's a supply zone. And there is a high probability that we reject here again and maybe retrace 50-60% before going back up. or we just reverse from here and continue higher. I don't know. I'm just playing the probabilities here. But what I'm saying is that if you enter at that liquidity zone, and this is not financial advice, but what I'm saying is the probability of you making 100% is a lot higher. And if you enter right now at $30, you have to wait until $60 for you to double your money. And that is a lot difficult to get to, and that is a tall ask. And this is why precise entries matter a lot. So let's revisit this chart in a few weeks or maybe a few months and see if the chart is developing in our favor, or have we gotten an entry or not. And if we miss this opportunity, it is what it is. I'm not stressing over it. There's plenty other stocks that we can buy. And with that being said, I hope you found value in this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.